1834 Tolpuddle Martyrs by Jason Wilsher-Mills.
When I first heard about the Banner Commission, I was on holiday in Dorset, not too far from Tolpuddle. I was reading a book about the sociological history of Britain, and the chapter at that very point in time was about the Tolpuddle Martyrs themselves. So there was a bit of kismet about me getting this commission. I was really fascinated by the Tolpuddle Martyrs because they were obviously right at the start of the union movement, and I wanted to. I was really intrigued by it because I'm a son of a coal miner, so every summer my dad would take me to the coal miners' marches, and I remember the banners, the really sort of vivid memories about the coal miners' union banners. So when I was learning about the Tolpuddle Martyrs, it was working in a very different way to what I usually work, because it's like being a historian. Usually it's about just creating ideas and the work being very personal, but this time it was about something that happened, that was a fact. And because it was such an important personally to me because of my family connections, I felt that I had 200 odd years of history breathing down my neck, and I had to get it right. So I read everything. I watched the only film that is available about the Tolpuddle Martyrs, and I did as much research as I could, and just started getting ideas down. And I saw it as it's almost like a Grimm's fairy tale. It's the Tolpuddle Martyrs. It was these poor, unfortunate men who were seekers of the truth, if you like, that had so much integrity, and that integrity caused them to become victims of a corrupt system. And through that, there was, obviously sent to Australia, and there was a massive kind of outpouring of anger by the community, which was unheard of then, absolutely unheard of. And it was such a powerful story that I wanted to create like a really sort of vivid image that went with it, that kind of linked with those memories as a child of Union banners, that told a story that wasn't straightforward, but you had to kind of think, well, what's he putting the shillings in? What's that about? What's the little worker bees about? And things like that. So people would have to work hard at the image, but it had a kind of certain visual sort of lyricism almost. And there's metaphors in there and little bits of magic. And I didn't want it to be dour. I wanted it to be kind of hopeful because out of this horrible thing that happened, the birth of the unions came out. People had a voice. The working man, the working woman had a voice for the first time, which is such a beautiful thing. Now more than ever, we need people to be kind of raising their voices and challenging things that happen. And I think it's these were the fathers of that. They through their actions they were helped to create the union movement. And I think hopefully people will take some of that kind of spirit with them when they look at the image.